Well, good morning there from Auckland, New Zealand. What a beautiful day today. This is a Friday morning. The wind's blowing about 2 knots at the moment, and it is scheduled or forecast to get up to maybe 15-20 later this afternoon. So today we're going to pop out and we're going to catch a fish, a couple of fish hopefully. Fish on, fish on! And talk about the features of the boat, and then talk about the benefits of the deal. Trust me, you'll want to see this part. So my name's Pierre, I'm a fisherman and a pensioner, and this is OutSmart, the fishing pensioner. And if this is something that you think you might enjoy, I ask you to consider subscribing and stick around. This week's video is sponsored by Top Catch Half Moon Bay. So if you walk into Top Catch Half Moon Bay, and as the doors open and you walk through there, say at the top of your voice, "Fish on!" And tell Cliff or Trish that Pierre sent you. And if you're a subscriber of mine, they'll look after you. So thanks Cliff, thanks Trish, thanks Top Catch Half Moon Bay. Now if you're thinking of buying a power boat to go fishing, a day boat, I advise you to not do that until you've watched this video. I strongly advise that. And also if you have a power boat, a day boat, and you already have one, I suggest that you watch this video and you consider selling it. There's birds working here, there's a boil up, and we've already had one hit. There's a fish jumping here. Let's have a look. Woo-hoo-hoo. So we're on a spot here which I've called the bullet spot. There's a little bit of activity on the fish finder. We'll get set up and put a bait down and have a look. So one of the options, one of the features of this boat is this bait board, which folds away with the carbon fiber legs. Slot that in there, slot that in there, and that just slots in there. All just too easy. A couple of rod holders that fit in there, rod holders over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top. Beautiful. So we'll start off with a slow jig, get that down while I thaw out some Top Catch pilchard bait. So we'll get this on one of the rods and get that down. It did work last week. I'm not a big fan of lures, but it did work last week. We did pretty well. We've got enough fish to eat. Fresh snapper at home. So let's see what we can do today. Not that much luck with that lure. Put a bit of pilchard on, and it's getting hammered. I suspect they've cleaned me out. It's just boom, boom, boom as it got down to the bottom. We're in quite deep water. We're in 20 odd meters of water, and yep, just cleaned me out as it hit the bottom. Fish on. Oh yeah, fish on. Oh yeah. Love it. Fish on. Have you little line? Good, yeah. Fish on. Just for quite a minute. There's a fish there. Well, that's up the net. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There you go. Look at that. Woo. And he's well hooked. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? So the fishing's gone quiet, and while we're sitting here waiting for some action, I'll tell you a little bit about the boat. So it's a Haynes Hunter SF 545. SF stands for Sports Fisher. 545, rough dimensions. The actual length is so the bottom of the hull probably is 5.45, which is about 17 foot 11 inches, so nearly 18 foot of boat in the water. But if you go from the Portofino stern right through to the little bowsprit in the front, we're looking at 5.95 meters, which is closer to 20 foot. It's 19 foot 6. So fair sized boat, not too small, not too uncomfortable. Weighs 700 kilograms dry, and then you've got 135 litre underfloor fuel tank, petrol tank, and with the motor we're probably looking at about a ton all up. And as you can see, it comes with the canopy and the rod holders and plenty of head height here. I mean, I'm 5'13", and it's got a bit of space above me here, so 115 horsepower yummy on the back, 4-stroke, which I have to say, this is my third time out, and quiet motor, and it appears to be quite reasonably light on fuel. So that'll, over the time, I'll be able to give you some numbers on that, but it's looking like it's using less litres per hour than the number of knots that you're travelling at if you play with the trim. So very happy with that. It's got a V-berth up front, which is probably too short for my 5'13" to lie in there, but plenty of room on the deck here for me to lie at night. So I'm going to do an overnighter soon, and look out for that video. So the boat itself comes with electric capstan, so it's easy for anchoring up and down. It's got all the instruments in the front. It's got the Haynes Hunter software, which gives you the fuel consumption and all the other bits and pieces. It's got a fish finder depth sounder. It's got the VHF. It comes with a Fusion sound system. Not that I'll be using that much because of the copyright things with music on YouTube. Very, very comfortable boat. Double seat here, single seat that side. Very comfortable, lots of space. Bait board that comes off out of the way. Teak trim, lots of rod holders. Boarding ladder, seats at the back. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful boat. All we need to do now is to catch some fish. 19. So while the weather is absolutely calm, not a breath of wind, it is forecast to pick up this afternoon.
Average 1, 2, from 2, 4, 7, Tamaki peak 8, average 6.
So that's where we are. It's peaking at 8 knots, it's averaging 6. Some of the other features to point out are it's got a fire extinguisher and a step and what have you, but what I like is it's got these troughs here and these trays and storage space. You put your phone down and stuff doesn't fall around. Got lots of pockets along the side, rod holders over there, lots of storage space both sides, shelves to keep your stuff, plenty of storage space, as you can see in there. That there is a ski pole which you can take the bait board off, and it fits in over there if you want to tow the kids around on a donut or a biscuit. A lot of features on the boat. Fish on. A little snappy. So I've mentioned a few times recently about the deal that I struck to get into this boat. A couple of things to bear in mind. First of all, OutSmart, or the Smart Wave, suited me perfectly for those 3 odd years. It was a great boat, so no complaints about the boat or the whole situation that I was in at the time. However, as you get older, and being a pensioner on a limited budget, i.e. no income, birds are here, rods are got bait in the water, but unfortunately the one disadvantage of this boat is it's not catching any fish. But I think that's the fisherman, not the boat itself. Anyway, so if you've got, as I said, if you at the start of the video, if you're thinking of buying a boat, I would advise you to wait until you've heard what I've got to say. And if you already own a boat, a small boat or a trailer boat or a power boat, I would you probably want to put it on the market after you've seen what I've got to say. So getting onto it, so a trailer boat's going to cost, as you know, costs you a rego and the warrant of fitness for the trailer and the insurance. Never mind the insurance for your boat, you've got the hassle of a vehicle to pull it and put it in and out the water, and you've got the queues at the ramp. So there's a few things against it. There's a lot of pros for it as well, of course. But if you fish, or if you use your boat from sunrise to sunset once a week, so that's 1 day a week, you're looking at using it about 4% of the year. So the other 96% of the year you've got to keep it somewhere. And one of my earlier videos I discussed that. There's the options, obviously the trailer park, the marina, the dry stack, and there's pros and cons to all of that, and there's costs to that as well. So what we've got here is a company in Auckland. We've got 25 boats in the fleet, and what you do is you buy a subscription. So it's like a boat share, but you buy a subscription, and once you've passed all their training courses, they give you they give you the app on your phone, and then you just book the boat as and when you want. A huge advantage is that these boats are in the marina on the walk-on. It's just too easy. Watch this. Got a little fish on there. So the idea is that you walk down to the boat, you take the back cover off, and you throw your kit on board, and you untie the ropes. And once you've used the app to log in, there's various steps you have to go through. I'll explain that later. Once you've logged in, you just fire up the motor and off you go, and spend the day out fishing or whatever you want to do, towing a biscuit or camping or just generally motoring around. When you get back in the afternoon or the end of your session, you fill up with fuel and you put the boat back on the wharf, and you hose it down, you wash it down, put the cover back on, and walk away. Obviously you log out of the app again, and there's a few steps to go through to make sure that everything is as it was. So the advantage of that is that the maintenance is taken care of, the servicing is taken care of, the berthage or wharfage is taken care of, the insurance is taken care of, the Coast Guard membership is taken care of. It's all included. And the deal, yeah, you ask. So if they got two options. You can take a Monday to Friday option, which is what I've done because I'm a pensioner. Or you could take the 7-day option, which includes the weekend for those of you that are still working and feeding the economy. And by the way, thanks for doing that. So the two options are priced reasonably. So if you take the weekday option, you're looking at $369 a month. Yes folks, that's $85 a week. Now for everything thrown in, maintenance, servicing, the marina berth, everything, $85 a week. I think that's an extremely attractive deal, and that's what you need to consider if you are thinking of buying a boat. If you have to work and you want to include the weekends, the deal goes up to $619 a week, and that works out at about $619 a month, I beg your pardon, and that works out at $143 a week. So a very, very, very attractive deal if you want to do Monday to Friday only, or if you want to include the weekends. The company is, as I said, international company, so they've got good backing, good support systems, good software, and they've invested in good boats. All the boats are almost identical. There's a couple of subtle differences. Some of the boats don't have the rocket launcher, they just have a standard canopy on the top, but basically they're all the same besides that. So I've been a member now for a month, and so far it's a big thumbs up for me. As I said, the big disadvantage is we're not catching any fish. Fish on! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Fish on! Come on up! Oh yeah, a little one. So if you are interested in this deal, send me a comment and I'll see if I can connect you with the principals and give you a bit more detail on who it is and what it is and who to contact. But I think I'm going to lift that rod out of the water, bring that bait up and motor around, see if we can find somewhere else where there might be something to catch, because I don't want to go home empty-handed. And as I said, the wind is going to get up this afternoon, so we're going to have a look, see what we can do. Fish on! Oh, a bit of colour there. Beautiful, beautiful little snapper. Fish on! Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Fish on! Yes, yes, yes. Come on up. Yep. Not a big one. Fish on, fish on. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Stay on, oh yes. Oh yeah, this feels good. Woo. Stay on, let me get the net. Is he there? Yeah, he's there, he's still there. Oh yeah. Gosh, he took the line. Fish on, oh, what a pleasure. Wind's good up, we've got peaking 21 knots around the corner here. We're a little bit sheltered where we are. But it's going to be an interesting ride home. But never mind. This makes it all worthwhile. There we got one. Oh, yeah, perfect planning. Got him. Gosh, I only just hooked him. Beautiful penny. So he is 38 centimeter. We put him on ice. So the wind's got up a bit. The now casting says that in the Tamaki Strait it's peaking 23 knots and averaging 18. So it's got up a bit, so we'll head home. I've closed the window so we won't get any spray or wind in our face. But otherwise, feel quite safe, no complaints about the boat. We've got fresh snapper for dinner tonight, so all good. But let's head home and see how it goes. So I bought a sweet car online It used to belong to Neil Diamond. Oh well, okay, well there you have it. Fresh snapper for dinner tonight. Love it, love it, love it. Came back in a good 20 knots of wind on the nose, but comfortable ride. Windscreen is dry, so dry boat, and got back here nice and quick enough. I've fueled up and I've tied up on the wharf. So all that's left now is to hose the boat down, put the cover on the back, log out and go home. So if you enjoyed that and want to see more of this, I'd appreciate you subscribing. Come along for the ride. We're trying to get a video out at least once a week, so come hit the subscribe button and join us. You're more than welcome. Other than that, I'll catch you next week.